Wednesday morning, just got back from the workout, and this topic from yesterday, this showing vulnerability, really hasn't left me for a second. It is opening a whole new field of thinking for me, and parallel to this, I'm also listening to Brené Brown's sound book, which is addressing this topic in particular, and it's a bit overwhelming, but still makes so much sense. So just to give an example of from right now, this morning, we're down at the gym, and it is this girl that we've been looking at each other a lot and smiling, not in the sense of attractions, but just since we are working out at the same time, and we sense that we acknowledge each other's presence. But it feels weird because we have never said hello or anything. Like, she was like a few meters to me, and I was sitting there thinking, why don't I say hello to her? Because I felt ashamed. She was there, and I glanced over, and then I looked down as soon as I thought that she may have realized that I was looking at her. Then I thought, why am I sitting here feeling ashamed? And one thing that Brené Brown told me in the songbook was that when you feel ashamed of something, you should talk to yourself in the way a good friend of yours would talk to you in that situation to support you. So I started to say, okay, Alex, why do you feel this? I mean, you feel ashamed because you don't know her, and it's socially accepted, not socially accepted, but it's the norm here in Sweden, Stockholm, to not talk to people you don't know. And that's just the social cultural framework that you live in that has created this kind of shame for not approaching this woman. And when I said that, sitting there talking to myself in that way, I realized, yeah, it is normal, but it really isn't anything I should be ashamed of. So I walked by her, drank some water, and then when I walked back, I searched for her eye contact, and I got it, and then I just said hello and said, it's weird, we keep smiling to each other, but we don't know each other's names. So just introduced myself very briefly and had a nice little conversation. She was really nice, and that just gave me so much. And that I got that through just walking through my shame, talking to myself in a third person perspective. It resolved so much. I feel enlightened in somehow. I've opened a new door of possibilities, of understanding my life, people's life, what drives us, what hinders us, and it is so powerful. And Brené goes on talking about how shame, it comes to us when we're very small children. We don't feel shame. We can dance, we can do whatever, we don't really care at all. But then it starts to grow on us when we get a little bit older. We don't dare to tell our parents we don't want to play soccer anymore or whatever. We start to feel ashamed about things that follow us to our adult years. But now when we are adults, we can look at this objectively again and realize that it is not a weakness. Vulnerability is seen as a weakness, but it's in that sense also so paradoxical, because when we look at other people and we see people who dare to show themselves, who dare go up on a stage and tell their story, we see courage. But when we look at ourselves, and for us to do such a thing, to share and expose a weakness of ourselves, we see weakness in ourselves. But that's the weird thing. In others, we see courage, and internally we see weakness. And it's just a mindset. We need to understand this and turn it around on ourselves as well, to dare to show these vulnerabilities. And vulnerability paraphrasing Brene again, is actually the most accurate measurement for courage. That is what they use in studies for measuring courage. This is just such a big topic. I'm just now starting to grasp this whole thing, but it is mind-blowing. And I never thought this challenge this week would do this to me. Only itching the surface of this, but I feel I have so much more to learn. And I hope you start to apply this as well and understand, because you can't listen to it. You need to apply it and feel it. You need to take it in for real. That is all I'm going to say right now. It's so much I just want to share about it. It's too much. Yeah. See, I get all emotional about that. I'm quitting this now. Good luck. Do this. Show vulnerability. Promise you. Just do it and feel for yourself and share your experience, please.